Your martial arts staff wants you to work out with me, warm up with some basic spins, go into some strikes, and stay tuned to the very end for a basic self-defense technique. Warm up with me with this easy hand over hand turn. My left hand is on the bottom. My right hand comes from my elbow, slides down. You're going to keep them tight. Bring it to a stop. Go back the other way. Now my right hand is on the bottom, and my left hand slides along that elbow, keeping it super tight. That one to a stop. Go into a figure eight. The left hand first, left foot in front of the right. Switch it into the right hand, figure eight. Now hand to hand. On these switches, you're going to grab behind the spinning hand when it comes to the opposite side of the body. My right hand, when it comes to my left, I'm going to switch it. Comes back to my right, switch. Bring that to a stop. Pop it under your shoulder like that. Now go into your wrist roll. Your hand perpendicular to the floor. Your other hand, the right hand, is assisting. These are just keeping it from falling to the floor as you figure out this motion. Your hand turns. It's going over the back of the wrist first. Once you're warmed up, go unassisted. Bring that to a stop. Perpendicular to the floor. The other hand rolling back of the wrist. And it turns down, perpendicular, turning down, assisted, unassisted. Bring that to a stop. Now with your left hand, go into your reverse figure eight, pulling up and away from you. Switch to the other side. Switch on the reverse comes in front of the other hand, pulling away. Now hand to hand. It's the opposite of the forward spin. So the reverse figure eight, you're going to switch the same side. Left hand, left side of my body, grab in front. Bring that one to a stop. Just bringing it to the upper arm as it rolls back. Your next spin is behind the back. From behind, this is what it looks like. I'm going to bring it straight behind me. My thumb is up. My other hand is going to come under or over, doesn't matter, don't overthink it. Grab it, pull it out. Grab it, pull it behind your back, and now bringing it over your head. I'm going to kneel down so you can see this one. Over your head is the same as your warm-up spin. Same motion. Now you're going to take that one from over your head and bring it behind your back. Back up over your head. Behind your back. Bring it out to the shoulder and reverse it. Start first in this alternating grip, one palm up, one palm down. This is as if you're walking with your staff and you have to respond quickly to an attack. You bring the left hand up, the right hand's on the bottom, and the strike comes down at this angle across the clavicle, maybe to the temple, maybe to their hand. So you're here, the staff comes up, and you're striking down at this angle. Add that hard, fast breath. Now from here, you're going to add a horizontal strike coming across to the temple, maybe to their hand, maybe they're reaching out to grab. So you come down first strike, second strike. Now when I bring it down, I bring it up and under my arm, tucking it in. When I bring it across, my backhand is pulling it to my shoulder. You might get a couple bruises. That'll toughen you up. From here, straight down, across. Now do the same thing, but put it in the other hand. Now you're walking, the staff is in the right hand, the attack is coming in, you'll respond, bring it up to the right, left hand down, this angle, and locking under the arm. From here, add your vertical strike, and now your next strike, almost like a push-up. You're gonna bring the strike first in the vertical, up and at an angle to the temple. This is a great strike if you've been wanting to practice striking against a sword or another staff. Bring it across, bring it across. Both strikes now are the same. Get in a good stance, one foot strong in front of the other. Heels planted into the ground. This strike is coming up in the back part of it over, protecting your arm, the lower part, your elbow. And then the second angle is going to be straight across, breaking the ribs. And now to the knee. Walking, you're going to bring it up, pull in a little bit, step into that solid stance, push up and in, a little spiraling motion. This spiraling motion locks the front arm and locks the back grip. That's to keep from losing your staff when you hit something like a moving body. Now you're going to add those other two strikes, but in a different order. You have your spearing strike, and then I want you to add that vertical punching strike, then come back down, break the clavicle. I found Kellen, he's agreed to help me demonstrate. He's one of the other dueling instructors for our Light Sword Academy. He's gonna grab my wrist. I'm walking down the street, all of a sudden, someone has my wrist. I take my staff here, and I'm just gonna slide it back to my right. This is my left hand. He has my left wrist. Show him what that looks like. He has a nice firm grip. So I'm gonna slide back with my right, and my right hand is on the staff, and I'm simply gonna come into the bend of his elbow as I pull. Now when I do that quickly, and we'll back up just a little bit, I'm not gonna do it too quickly because this definitely hurts, but I bring it up here, my hand goes here on that turn, I'm creating some tension, and as I pull, that's gonna put him face first into the mats. Or if you're outside, face first into the dirt. Now the second thing I want you to try is that striking combination where you came into the solar plexus and then you broke his jaw or hit him in the temple, and then you came down into his clavicle. But he's too tough for that. So he's gonna grab hold of your staff with one or two hands, doesn't matter, and now you're in trouble because if he takes it away from you, he's gonna get paybacks. So from here, you're going to pull down, see what that starts to make him do, and you're going to make that circular motion. Here, I pull, but then I have that twisting motion that gives me more strength. So he has a good grip, but I start to stir. I'm making that circular motion or that spiraling motion that keeps me from breaking my staff. From here, if I just try to start to wrestle with him back and forth, he might be too strong for me, pull it away, and again, I'm in trouble. What I'm gonna do first is pull a little bit, which is gonna force him instinctively to pull back in his direction, and then I'm gonna go with it and add that twisting motion. This is also true if I just have my staff here and I try to hit him, but he grabs me and he has it more at waist level. And he has my staff this way. It's the same circular motion, and you have to remember, pull away, causing him to pull back, and then you time that as he pulls it back, and then you make that circular motion. And you can see what it's starting to do is it twists his hands together, nerve against nerve, his nerves against his nerves. So that's causing that tension. Plus, he can't continue to move in that direction. He'll either go straight to the floor. You pull away from here, he pulls back. You go with the motion. Notice I'm moving my body forward a little bit, giving me extra strength. Keep your core tight, breathe with it, and then down to the floor. Fight's over, and you get your staff back.